Hi, this is Ariel from France. Bonjour. Today I'll show you how I made a casual outfit inspired by a sassy villain, Cruella de Vil.
The puppies, darling.
I plan on making something that could look like everyday wear, but also a bit fun and costumey. C'est parti! I was super hyped by the new movie and was inspired by this cheap printed cotton. It is kind of heavy, almost like a denim, and also a bit ridiculous. The pattern is self-drafted. I had to make several mock-ups because crotches are hard to fit right. I cut all the pieces of the shorts, adding 1 cm of seam allowance. Starting with the front pockets, I added a red strip to be visible on the outside. Then attached the pocket lining. It is folded inward and attached to the other part of the pocket, which makes the front part of the shorts. Serging all around this, and now I can use it as one piece with a functioning pocket. I attached a little panel for the zipper, which should have been already part of the front if I had cut correctly. The trickiest part is the fly. In French, it is called braguette, not baguette, merci. After finding a suitable zipper, I attached a second little panel, this time in red. It will only be visible when the fly is open. The zipper is pinned between the front and the panel, sewn and pressed. I lined up the second front, so the zipper is aligned and hidden. It is pinned and sewn, then added another row of stitching to secure it from the outside. This is really tricky to get right. The back pockets are flat with a little line of red to add details. I could attach the front and back at the sides and the inner seam. And then close the crotch seam from the fly to the back, with a second row of stitching to make it flat and stronger. Then we can add the belt, which is a simple long rectangle folded in half with the ends shut. I pinned it to the top on the outside part. After sewing and pressing it, I folded the inner part to have a nice finish and sewed it with a visible stitch from the outside. I made a buttonhole by machine and cut it open. For the hem, I wanted more red, so I added a large strip of red cotton, sewn once, then folded, and sewn again with a visible top stitching from the outside. Sewing the front button, and voila! The shorts are done. The top will have breastcup, which were way more complicated to fit right than I thought. I had to remake it 6 times so it would fit fine. Boobs are hard, you know. Each cup is 3 pieces, with an outside layer and a structure layer made with neoprene. I cut a layer of neoprene, which doesn't need to have any seam allowance. It is sewn with a zigzag stitch that makes a nice breast cup, a lot cheaper than buying one. I attached the outside cup to the front and top stitched the neoprene inside it. I attached the back piece to the 2 front pieces. Then simply adding a separable zipper to the front. I think it looks cool with the top stitching. I had planned a lining for the top, but ended up not bothering because the fabric is comfortable and it has enough thickness to hold in shape on its own. So I just serged the seams and folded the bottom twice to make a nice hem. I binded the top part with a strip of straight fabric, keeping the selvage instead of serging it. It is sewn once, folded, and then sewn again with a visible top stitching. I then added 2 red elastics for the straps, and the top is done! Cruella must have some kind of fur on her outfit. So I used this fluffy fabric that kind of looks like fur, but is also softer and lighter than regular synthetic fur. I made a bomber jacket with it, so it might look cool and kind of coherent with the rest of the outfit. This is an edgy Cruella! Cutting this fabric was really messy. I tried to only cut the mesh layer and not the fur, to limit the amount of hair flying around, but that was not a great success. This stuff is clingy! To have front pockets, I lined this triangular shape in grey and yes, every seam had to be brushed to take the hair out of it. It is so fine that it won't behave if you try not to catch it in the machine. I added the pockets to the front and pinned strips of grey in the center. This will add some distance between the fur and the zipper, so it's not constantly jammed. The sleeves are raglan sleeves with a dart at the shoulder. I attached the front, back and sleeve pieces and brushed where needed. After closing the sleeves, I added a strip of grey to the bottom to make a casing for the elastic. It was time to sew the zipper to the front and add the elastic in the bottom using this giant safety pin. For the collar, I sewed some grey ribbing cut into an almond shape. And then some more ribbing for the cuffs. It is elastic and super easy to gather the fabric into. The lining is bright red cotton to match the accents of the rest of the outfit. I cut it up and assembled like the outside layer. I attached the bottom part by machine and pinned the rest of the edges. It is sewn by hand all around. It takes a while, but I like this part because it means the outfit is almost finished and hand sewing is very relaxing. Highly recommend if you are 50% anxiety like me. I wanted her to be like the weird and cool aunt who day drinks and scares kids. For the wig, I wanted the vibe of the new Cruella, so I sewed a few white strands on a black wig and styled it how I could. I am very new to wigs and it shows, sorry. And now for the reveal, featuring my newly found editing skills. I apologize in advance.
Alright, we should put on some music or something. Lighten the mood.
Puppies! What a senseless thing to do with your life.
Here is the finished outfit. I added a faux fur handbag I made some time ago. In case you haven't noticed, I really like this character. I am overall happy with the fit. Some issues here and there, but I really like the shapes. So I might make another themed ensemble sometimes. No dogs were harmed in the making of this video, only your eyes. Because I discovered the wonder of green screen.
I must say that's somewhat better news. I adore puppies. Accidents will happen. I've no use for babies. Well, if we make this coat, it would be as if I were wearing your dog.
Allez, bisous!